going.
This is the study guide for chapter 8. Bobby measured the growth of her corn plant every week. On one Friday, it was 3 7/8 inches tall. The following Friday, it was 6 3/8 inches tall. How much had it grown in 1 week?
Okay, so what should I write, Brian?
6 3/8 minus 3 7/8.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do with that?
Well then, after that, we might have to change, the top fraction, 6 3/8, because, since
How
it's
did you know
3,
to do that right away? 'Cause you're right.
because, we can minus 6 minus 3, but we can't do 3 minus 7, so we have to cross out the 6.
Hey, Eden, that was a question you had earlier. Did you understand we had to borrow this time? Kind of. What's that thing people say about when the top's too...
Bigger bottom, better borrow.
I love that. So, 7 minus 3, you're not going to do, 3 minus 7, you're not going to do that, right?
No. So you have to turn 6 into a 5, and then, for the fraction, it would be, you would add 8 plus 3, and that would give you 11 eighths.
5
So,
and 11 eighths?
5 and 11 eighths minus 3 and 7 eighths. What I would do is I do 5 minus 3, which gets me 2, and then 11 minus 7, which gives me 4.
Okay,
and
where are the people
that
that ask
is-
really good questions because they're good? What is it?
Why don't you just put 3 and 7/8 above 6 and 3/8? Or you could do an addition.
So you're going to say, here, 3 and 7/8 here, right?
Yeah.
Minus 6 and
6 and 3/8.
6 and 3/8.
You can't do 3 minus 6, and you
if
can't
did
borrow.
3 minus 6, you would get negative 3, right?
Yeah, but the actual fraction is
But that would have been by accident. It's coincidence. Oh, she's saying she knew it was. Oh, you just asked a good question. Nice job, Cameron.
How do you get 11 from 3?
Oh, good one.
Ooh, I know how to answer that.
Cameron, say that to the... How do you get it?
How do you get 11 from 3?
How I do it is, since you're taking a whole out and putting it into the fraction, the whole number would be 8, so then you would have, then you would just add, 3, which is, the fraction before.
Can I draw something for you? Or did you get it?
I did, but you can also plus it.
Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3/8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should look like. Alright, now look at this. So, we need to borrow from this, so we'll turn that into eighths. Then we go 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, 5 holes, and how many eighths? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Did I leave an 8 down there?
You forgot that one.
Oh. 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you kind of get it? Okay. Whenever the numerator is too small here, we have to borrow. Oh shoot, that was wrong. Remember, I'm not supposed to do that.
But then on the left, on the one problem just earlier, what? 6, 5, 6,
Right, and we had to... If you can find it, go ahead. Okay, Brian, we've kind of already explained this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, can we move on to 18? What should I do for 18?
It is how many minutes are there in a third of an hour?
Okay, so
Um,
you draw us.
Never mind.
Let me draw something.
you can either draw something or
What would
you
you do?
can 60 divided by 3.
Oh, you did 1/3 of 60?
Yeah, 1/3 of 60.
Oh. So then you did what?
60 divided by 3,
Which is
20. And you don't, and since it's 1/3, if you want to do this every time, you can multiply the 1 by the 20. But if it's like if it's above 1, then you're gonna have to multiply the 20 with that number.
if I did this though, wouldn't this work? I sometimes like when you do this. Like here's a clock.
Yeah.
Whenever you're talking about time and there goes that line again, isn't that?
Why is that
Press
there?
undo.
Let me try this one, see if it works. You draw a clock. And then sometimes I imagine this. That's a third. This is third. 20, 20, 20.
So a third of that would be 20.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one, number 19.
Why is it 20 and not any other number?
Because if you divide 60 by 3, you would get 20.
Okay.
So
Let's move on to the next one because it's kind of easy. What about this? Mary Lou baked 36 cupcakes. So what do we have to do? If 75% had chocolate frosting, how many cupcakes had chocolate frosting?
I remember I did this one before, but I forgot how I did
What
it.
did you, Cameron?
100 divided by, 100 minus 75?
You have good reasoning. There's one of the things I do sometimes is I take this and I change it to a fraction. What's 75% in a fraction? How many quarters in a dollar?
4 quarters of a dollar.
4. That
75 cents.
Which would be 3. What fraction is that? And 3 quarters is 3/4. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
Because sometimes this is how I do it.
Didn't we do this problem?
I think it seems familiar. So now can we do
Wasn't this as a baseball answer?
Yeah,
Could have been.
this is a big
Different fractions, different numbers.
Mhm.
So what's 3/4 of 36? What should I do?
36 divided by 4. I
9.
was like, it's either 8 or 9. And then 9 times 3, which is 27. So the answer is 27.
Oh, where's Zoe?
Right there.
Zoe, weren't you having trouble with 23, 23, or do you get it now?
I remember.
Yeah.
You get it now?
No, I don't.
Come over and
I
talk.
still don't get this. Still don't
Thank
get
you
this.
for being honest. Here you go. Brian explained part of it a minute ago.
How do you do this?
Say it into the microphone, tell me. You don't get it.
I don't understand 20 through 23.
Neither do I. How
And
do you
Cam just asked about this. So we borrowed from this, right? And it becomes 2. So how many 8s do we have now? We have 2 and more than 8 8s. Because 8 8s would have been a whole, which would have made it 3.
Wouldn't that be 8 plus 5, which would give you 13?
Oh, now I get it.
How me and my dad did it is
Mhm.
we did, what's that number?
3 and 5 8s.
Okay. We did 3 times 8, and we did 3 times 8, and, wait.
24. You can do it like that.
3 times 8 is 24, then we did plus 5, which is 29,
Right.
and then we tried to equal this after 29.
Okay. We'll do this one. What's this going to do?
Well, how I did this one is,
Is that
I just guessed on this number and I checked to see if it's right. So I just did 4 there,
And that's right.
And then I would do that's is that 6?
That's a 6, I think.
So 6 times 5, which would be 30 plus 2, which is 32. And then I would do 6 times 4, which is 24 plus 8, which is 32.
Yes.
That's how I do it.
Okay, what's this one going to be?
That's a cool way.
7 times
3
3
times
7
7.
times 3 is 21, plus 1 is 22. And then 7 times 2 is...
Gonna be-
2 is 14.
It's gonna be
And then
8.
14 plus 1 is... 8, which is 8.
Which, do you understand what you could have done for all these is... Kate,
like a
Kate, you're moving the mouse and it's... Okay. 7 plus 1 is 8. 6 plus 2 is... I'm sorry, that's it. 8 plus 5 is 13. Do you see what you can do with the numerator and denominator each time? So this one's going to be 5. But look, 9 plus 5 is...
14.
Zoe, do you see kind of an easier problem?
Well, the only reason it didn't work for these two is because they are the whole number instead of the fraction.
Well, let's say this is part 1 and we'll do part 2 in a second.
What I also don't get about this
Is 1.